Understanding translations, lesson 17, example number 3. Well, example numbers 3, 4, and 5 are all going to be translations on the coordinate plane. So, for the x-coordinate, if they ask you to move the figure to the right, you will add to the x-coordinate. If they ask you to move the figure to the left, you will subtract from the x-coordinate. If they ask you to move up, you will add to the y-coordinate. If they ask you to move down, you'll subtract from the y-coordinate. So before we start example 3, I want you to look at this. So again, the x-coordinate is left or right, and the y-coordinate is up or down. So if you're asked to move to the right, or if you're asked to move up, you will add. If you are asked to move to the left, or if you're asked to move down, you will subtract. And it's very, very similar to your axes. If you think about your x-axis, to the right is positive and to the left is negative. So this is positive, this is negative. So to the right is addition, to the left is subtraction. For your y-axis, up is positive, down is negative. So going up you would add, going down you would subtract. Example number 3, we're going to do it in 2 parts. It says, translate quadrilateral JKLM 7 units to the right and 6 units up. Then verify that the pre-image is congruent to the image. The part where we verify it is like example number 2, and it takes a lot of work. So we're going to do that in a separate video. So for the first video here, we're just going to find J prime, K prime, L prime, M prime, and we're going to graph it on the coordinate plane. So let's start by highlighting 7 units to the right and 6 units up like I have. Now, that means our transformation will be 7 units to the right means we will add 7 to the x-coordinate, and 6 units up means we will add 6 to the y-coordinate. So, looking at our JKLM, I'm going to add 7 to the x-coordinate. I'm going to add 6 to the y-coordinate. Whatever I write down here, you should also be writing on your notes. Whatever I write down, you write down. Okay, so let's go from J to J prime. Negative 6 plus 7 would be 1. Negative 2 plus 6 would be 4. Now, yes, you could do that the other way. You could do 7 minus 6 and 6 minus 2. But I like to start with the point and then apply the transformation. It doesn't matter how you do it. In the end, you should get the same. For K to K prime, negative 1 plus 7 is 6. Negative 2 plus 6 is 4. For L to L prime, negative 1 plus 7 is 6. Negative 4 plus 6 is 2. Oops, forgot to close my parentheses of K prime. For M to M prime, negative 6 plus 7 is 1. And negative 4 plus 6 is 2. I like to put the lines just to keep everything organized. Okay, so we've got J prime is at 1, 4, K prime is at 6, 4, L prime is at 6, 2, and M prime is at 1, 2. Well, they are positive, so I'm going to the right, and their y-coordinates are positive, so I'm going to go up. So for J prime, it's going to be in this first quadrant. Starting at the origin, I go over 1, up 4. And that's where J prime will be located. K prime is over 6, up 4. L prime over 6, up 2. M prime over 1, up 2. Now I'm going to connect these. Connect them using straight lines. By putting your pen, even if it's a little bit, if you just hold it there, it'll make it a straight line. Okay, so let's double check to make sure we are correct. We found our J prime, K prime, L prime, M prime by adding 7 to the x coordinates and 6 to the y coordinates. We went ahead, we plotted and labeled it. When you label it, do not forget your prime symbols. When you label it, don't forget your prime symbols. Now we're going to check to see if we are correct. So let's count from L to L prime. Let's go over 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now we need to go up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are correct. Get rid of that so we don't see it. So if you did that for each one, you could check each figure to make sure it's correct. Remember, it should have stayed the same shape and size, so double check all of that. And that is the first part for example 3. If you have any questions, let me know.